There was a cold-blooded murder of an RSS worker, and in Times of India they say RSS worker died due to road accident and a head injury. Attention parents, Mahabharata, Ramayana are leading to eye injuries in children. Here is what you should know. The headline says, Swami booked for rape of woman daughter. And I went on to read the article a little. I'll tell you what, the name of the Swami is Akmal. Akmal alias Akmal A. Raza. I don't know which part of the world Akmal is called Swami. Have you ever called Swami Muhammad Ali Jinnah? Maharashtra godman forces a men into unnatural sex, right? So this is the picture here. I am showing it to you. He has a long beard. He has a tilak on his forehead. So the godman here with a tilak on his head is Asif Noori. Can you beat that? 11 years old boy's rescue reveals trafficking prevalent at madrasa and Veda Patashala. So I went on to read the entire article. There is nowhere in the article it is written that there was a human trafficking that had happened in Veda Patashala. So what Times of India is trying to do here is to compare madrasa with Veda Patashala, and they more or less sell 29 to 30 crore copies every day. I'm talking about Times of India. Today we'll be talking about one of the largest newspaper circulations in India, and it is also the oldest in India for now. This is here from 1838, and they more or less sell 29 to 30 crore copies every day. I'm talking about Times of India. So this is more or less 2 centuries old. Maybe in another 2 decades or 20 years there'll be a 2 centuries old newspaper. So why are we talking about it? So when you say a newspaper with so much of experience, we will start to gauge the type of journalism they do and the kind of journalism and standards of journalism they have. To begin with, I'll tell you a story that has come up in 2018 on Times of India. So the story is this. There is this 11 years old boy who goes on to elope from madrasa, which is there in Chennai, and he will be traced by railway police in Bihar. This is the entire story, right? I will tell you the headlines that is there in Times of India now. It says, 11 years old boy's rescue reveals trafficking prevalent at madrasa and Veda Patashala. So I went on to read the entire article. There is nowhere in the article it is written that there was a human trafficking that had happened in Veda Patashala. So what Times of India is trying to do here is to compare madrasa with Veda Patashala, right? So I will also show you this particular picture here where it says at July 16th, 7:17, there is early morning, 7 o'clock and 17 minutes IST, they say 11 years old boy's rescue reveals trafficking prevalent at Madrasa Veda Patashalas. But then the same day at 1:23, that is 1 o'clock 23 minutes IST in the noon, they change the headlines. It says 11 years old boy flees from Kodangayur Madrasa rescued. So they know that they had done something wrong, and they had to change the headlines later. And I'll tell you, they didn't learn there. They will tweet. I show you the tweet here. At 7:30 p.m., July 16th, the same day, 2018, the same day, they tweet this. 11 years old boy's rescue reveals trafficking prevalent at madrasas, Veda Patashalas. They had changed it earlier, but then they have tweeted the same thing again. So this was tweeted. Right, remember this. We'll have to connect the dots little later. Okay, so what Times of India is trying to do here is compare madrasa with Veda Patashala. So Veda Patashala for us is, mathas. I come from Karnataka, and then I know what mathas teach here. They say, Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve badrani paschantu ma kaschit dukh bhag bhavet. May everyone be happy, may all be free from illness, may all be happy again, may no one suffer. So this is the kind of teachings or the preachings that happens in Veda Patashala. But I don't know what happens in madrasas. Here is an article from BBC. The article says, Mother Teresa India charity home sold babies. They sold babies for money. I don't see a Veda Patashala doing this, dear viewers, I'll tell you. It is very unfair to compare apples with oranges, so that is what Times of India is trying to do. It is not only unfair, it is a criminal offense that they are trying to do here. Very quickly, let's go on to the next topic here. I will tell you the story in a nutshell. Here, a woman from Surat in Gujarat state, as per the article, it says her husband will be suffering from some kind of illness. She goes on to meet the Swami who will promise her that he can heal her husband with tantras and mantras. Remember this, I quote and unquote, tantras and mantras. We don't know if he really said this to that woman, but then Times of India article, they have written this. Right now, let's read the article. I will read this article for you. Right, the headline says Swami booked for rape of woman daughter. And I went on to read the article a little. I'll tell you what, the name of the Swami is Akmal. Akmal alias Akmal A. Raza. I don't know which part of the world Akmal is called Swami. Have you ever called Swami Muhammad Ali Jinnah? We have had politicians calling Masood Azhar Ji, but then Swami, did you call a Muslim a Swami? Seriously? And it seems he promised her to heal the husband with tantras and mantras. So when is this happening from? This is the standards that Times of India has for you, dear viewers. I will quickly go on to the next article here. Here, the article says Maharashtra godman forces men into unnatural sex. Right, so this is the picture here. I am showing it to you. This is my interpretation. You can draw your own, but then this is how I see it. Right, so this sadhu, he has a long beard. He has a tilak on his forehead. He has a Rudrakshi mala, and he is blessing with his right hand, which usually anybody who bless would use their right hand, right? So he is blessing with his right hand. So you see a Rudrakshi mala and you see a handcuff hanging from his hand. I was very curious to read this article, right? This was again tweeted, right? And this was also there online. So I went on to read this article. Let me read this article for you, right? It says 38 years old self-proclaimed godman was arrested from Maharashtra's Bulandan district on Sunday. The accused, Asif Noori. So the godman here with a tilak on his head is Asif Noori. Can you beat that? Right after this, there was so much outrage on the social media. They went on to apologize on the same Twitter. However, doesn't this seem like a hit and run case where you deliberately do something and you apologize a little later? Remember, this was on July 28, 10:30 a.m. Remember, the last article in which they said they included Veda Pathashala was July 16th, which they little later changed. Now, on July 28th, they say Maharashtra godman with a Rishi or a Sadhu saint's photo, and then they say, Maharashtra godman, but then the godman was Asif Noori, right? And then they went on to apologize. Again, it's like a hit and run. So this is the third article that I found, right? So here they put an exclamation, attention parents. Mahabharata, Ramayana are leading to eye injuries in children. Here is what you should know. I was very curious to know how Ramayana and Mahabharata is leading to eye injuries. I went on to the article. I read the article. Article says, in Hyderabad, there were 12 kids who had eye injuries playing with bow and arrow. Ramayana and Mahabharata was telecasted across the world, dear viewers, across the world. But then 12 children in Hyderabad, I'm not downplaying the injury that happened to those 12 kids. I'm so sorry to what happened to them. I mean, they should have taken precautions, right? But their eye injury is directly related to Ramayana and Mahabharata. Can you believe it? Okay, so anyway, I will leave it up to you guys. So this is the third article that I wanted to share with you guys. And this is the last one that I have for you. But then this one is very important, right? So of late, there was a cold-blooded murder of an RSS worker. He was a Mandal Bauddhik Pramukh. He was traveling with his wife. He was murdered cold-blooded right in front of his wife and his infant, right? The very small kid. And in Times of India, they say RSS worker died due to road accident and a head injury. Viewers, I couldn't take this, right? I called the Palakkad police station. I have the call recording. I'll play that to you. Here, listen to the recording.
Namaste, sir. My name is Kiran and I'm calling you from Bangalore. I wanted to know about Sanjit's murder, sir. Was it a murder or a road accident, sir? Sanjita, RSS. Murder. Okay, sir. Because the newspaper reported road accident and head injury. That is why I'm calling you, sir. And sir, which station is this, sir? Palakkad police station. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I called the Palakkad police. I spoke to the station house officer and I got it confirmed that what happened to Sanjit there was not an accident. It was a cold-blooded murder, and then the recent development is they have arrested many PFI members. But then look at the standard of the journalism. This is not only worst, this is a criminal offense. Every time I said this was tweeted, I had a reason to say that. I show you this picture, dear viewers. It was tweeted from Times of India verified handle, and I read you the tweet. Made a rice kheer today, simple and yummy. Waiting for iftari to taste it. Yeah. This was the tweet from Times of India verified handle. We found the same tweet again here. The name is Samina Sheikh. Made rice kheer today, simple and yummy. Waiting for iftari to taste it. Yeah. How did both the tweet match? So was she handling the Times of India Twitter handle? Well, we don't know. But then there was this guy who exposed this on Twitter, and then she goes on to DM that Twitter user. Here is the screenshot. She says, "Hi, request you to please delete this tweet." And that tweet was about the rice kheer. She also goes on to say, "It has got me into unnecessary troubles, please. And I'm not an anti-Hindu. Please don't say such things. I have all Hindu friends only," and things like that. So we somewhere know that she was handling the Twitter handle of Times of India. And let me tell you this, guys, this is very serious, right? So there is this tweet by Atul Khatari. He says, "Take it from me, the cure for coronavirus will be discovered on WhatsApp group of Indian uncles." This is what he writes. For that, Shamina Sheikh, who allegedly handles the Twitter handle of Times of India, she goes on to write, "Gomutra is the cure already. Maybe cow dung can be used as well." I'll tell you where and how this Gomutra jeeb came from. All of us, we remember Pulwama attack that happened, in which our soldiers martyred, right? The terrorist who was responsible for this, he releases a video in which he says, "I want to kill Hindus," in bracket, "cow urine drinkers, Gomutra peene walo." This is what he says in the video that is released. So the Gomutra jeeb has come from a Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist right after the attack on our soldiers. It's the same language that is used by Miss Shamina Sheikh, who allegedly handles the Twitter handle of Times of India. It doesn't stop there. I'll show you another tweet here. "I want to see a Bollywood movie being made on coronavirus. Then I would prefer seeing our politicians as superheroes who keep on treating the world with Gomutra and Gobar. I want them to also visit Wuhan in China and cure the people that side and never come back to India." Do you see Gobar and Gomutra? So this is the language of Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist. And the same language is being spoken by allegedly Times of India Twitter handler. What can be more disgusting than this? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. So is there anything that we can do about this? I don't know about you, but then I have stopped following them. I have stopped subscribing to Times of India newspaper. Also, I have tried to avoid products that are advertising on Times of India. This is what I have done personally. So if there is anything else that you guys can do to stop such menace in the society, kindly do.